Tom Brown is now an honorary lifetime member of the Alberta Road Builders and Heavy Construction Association.
It was sort of funny the way I got into the industry, because when I graduated, I anticipated sitting behind a desk designing, bridges or skyscrapers or something, but the employment market was a little soft when I graduated, and I did some odd jobs, and eventually I got an opportunity to work as a surveyor for a construction company in Grande Cache. And I took it because I desperately needed to go to work. I never had any intention of being in the construction sector, but it's worked out very well. I started with Canna Construction in 1971 in Grande Cache, and then I moved around with them various places for the better part of 20 years. We did a lot of great things. I was involved in mostly heavy civil construction, bridges, dams. I worked on the Mica Dam in BC for a year, which at the time was the largest earth-fill dam in the world. We did a underpass under Centre Street in Calgary with the road above operational and some very unique construction techniques. But there were a lot of jobs with interesting little twists and turns.
He's a bit of a tireless worker and really puts his heart into everything he does, and he gives it everything. He was an unbelievably good guy to have work for me.
I was looking for a change of scenery. John thought I might be a fairly good fit for Ledcor, and I met with Cliff, and next thing you know, I was on the team, and away we went. That was 1989.
He's been a great individual to watch how he works and how he deals with people. He's very even-keeled, very consistent, and very disciplined in mediation, managing through challenging relationships, and finding a solution that suits everybody.
Tom was definitely a mentor. I never felt that I worked for Tom. I always felt that I worked with Tom.
Tom's contribution to Ledcor has been very significant over the years. He helped us begin the building operations here in Edmonton, and Tom was at the forefront of that. Tom also then took us into the highway maintenance business, from snow removal to all kinds of maintenance activities. That's been a very significant revenue stream for the company for the last decade and a half.
Whether it was with his time with Ledcor or with the road builders, Tom always gave 100% of himself, and he exemplified what Ledcor wanted a representative to be. We were very fortunate to have someone of Tom's caliber working with us.
Well, good morning, Laurie.
Tom dedicated many years contributing to the industry in Alberta, Western Canada, and nationwide.
His contribution is, of course, 15 years of totally unselfish contribution for both the Alberta Road Builders and the CCA.
When the government privatized maintenance back in 1995, 1996, we had an extensive consultation with the industry, and Tom was very instrumental in looking at how could private industry provide that service that the government used to provide.
He was front and center. He made sure that he represented our association to the best he could.
Tom is probably one of the most even-keeled, disciplined managers that I've ever worked with. Very balanced.
He's one of the very few guys that will make a deal with you on a handshake, and you will trust him that he will follow through, and that's a rare quality.
But I think that with Tom, there's a certain glow. When he comes into the room, you get definitely, it's a comfortable feeling. It's a relaxed feeling. He's not intimidating, but don't let that fool you. He still, is very driven.
Tom is a fun-loving sort of guy, very dedicated, very intense, and really enjoys whatever he's doing.
He totally seems normal in so many ways, but at some point in his career, younger in life, has somehow got infested by the Rough Rider bug, right to the watermelon on his head.
I started following the riders when I was 8 or 9 years old. We just moved from Drumheller to Grande Prairie. and the riders had lost 4 of their best players in a plane crash coming back from the All-Star game. So they had a very weak team. They were sort of the doormats, and they'd never won a Grey Cup. So I just started cheering for them because they were the underdogs. That's where it started, and it's never stopped. It's sort of fun being part of the rider fraternity.
I think he'd paint his house green. I know Kate wouldn't let him, but I think he would if he had his choice.
I'd like to mention my family and what a big part of this they've been. My wife, Kate, and our 3 children. Their support to me and during my career, and especially during my volunteer time with the road builders and other organizations, has been huge.
Even in business today, I'm always reflecting on, I wonder how Tom would approach this.
Tom Brown has an extreme level of integrity, unsurpassed by anyone I know. He's one of the kindest people that I've ever met, and he's simply just fun to be around, and most all of us enjoy and cherish any time of Tom's that we get.
Thank you, Tom, for everything you've done for the Alberta Road Builders. Congratulations.